Hello friend, welcome back. I'm really glad that you are here. Please give me some time to explain you after end of this course what we'll build. Friend, we'll build one complete inventory management system from scratch with using Laravel latest version Laravel 9. And in our inventory management system, I have covered multiple things. I hope you like it very much. So now I want to explain you what exactly that will be look like. Like here we'll install Laravel 9 and also install Laravel default authentication as a Laravel bridge. So how to load some of the theme within our default theme area, and also how can logging with the username by default, that will be as email address as the password. So how can change it, how can add some of the validation, how can reset your password, lot of functionality I have covered. Like right now when you logging with the username, I have created that username as a Kazi and password 123456778. Now if you logging, after that logging, system will show you some of the message as user logging successful. Here how can display this type of one of the message with using the toaster, I will show you. And here you can see there is a lot of functionality for our inventory management system. As a manage supplier, there is a manage customer, all customer, credit customer, the paid customer report, customer wise report, and then manage unit, manage category, manage product, the manage purchase, all purchase, approved purchase, daily purchase report, and also the invoice. And into the invoice, how can get all that invoice, approval invoice, print invoice list, daily invoice report, and also the manage stock. So they have a lot of functionality. One by one I will show you. Like here, first of all, that is our user. From here, if you want to change that user, you can change that edit profile, you can change that name, user email, username, and profile image. Okay, so from here if you choose any images, automatically that will be updated, and after that update profile it will be updated in here, and also at a time it will be updated in particular that position. And also I will discuss about the change password, and also how can add some of the multiple validation. Like when your field is empty, if you want to change that password, you can see it's not display as your old password is required, new password is required, and confirm password is required. And here if you put your old password, inappropriate one of the old password, new password, and inappropriate another confirmation password, click as a change password, it will be show some of the another validation message, your confirm password and new password doesn't match. Okay, here right now I'm logging with the Kazi, and also for the Kazi I use that password as a 123456778. So now here I added inappropriate one of the old password and new password. Now I want to use it as Udemy 12345 and Udemy 12345. Now our new password and confirm password, both of these correct, but our old password is totally incorrect. Now if you click as a change password, now that should be display another validation as old password is not match. Okay, so how can add multiple validation for the change password? I have covered everything one by one with live example. Now let's move on to our inventory management system. So into the inventory management system, first of all, that is our all supplier. There is a supplier name, how can load some of the data table, how can load that designation, everything I will show you. And from here you can add one of the new supplier by the supplier name, supplier mobile number, email address, and then address. So from here you can actually add new supplier. If you want to edit new supplier, you can edit this supplier. If you want to delete it, how can load some of the suite alert, I will also show you everything with the live example. Okay, so that is our supplier part, and that is a managed customer, and that will be our all customers. So into this customer area, if you want to add new customer, you can create some of the new customer by the name, and then profile images, email address. From here you can edit it, and also at a time you can delete it. Okay, I have covered everything, and that is our credit customer. That means if you want to get some of the report, you credit all that customer, you can actually get that report. You can print this customer all that report, and you can see there is all that perfect date or customer details with a specific some of the amount. You can actually get that PDF. Okay, so here how to get some of the credit customer report, how can get that paid customer report. So that is also another one as a paid customer report. From here if you go to the view a specific user, all the data you will get. Okay, you can see it's not successfully get that or total paid customer report, and also all that paid history. Like I show you, then everything will be more clear. Like first of all, better, that is our manage unit part. So that is your all that unit. If you want to create some of the unit, you can create that unit. If you want to create some of the category, all that category, you can able to create it from to this area as a add category. So right now I want to create one of the new product, then everything will be more clear. Like that is all that our product. Now I want to add one of the new product. And into this product area, first of all, here you have to add that product name. As I told you, friend, that will be very advanced level one of the project. They have lot of account functionality you will learn. Like there is a product name for education purpose. I use it as a Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi router. I name it as a Wi-Fi router. And for the Wi-Fi router, here we have to select one of the supplier name. For education purpose, I'm select one of the supplier name as a readme. And for the unit name, I name it, that will be one of the piece. So I make it as a piece. And category, I want to make it as a, for education purpose, I use it as a smartphone. Okay, so that will be one of the smartphone category. Unit name as a piece, and supplier name I have used it as a readme. Rather than you can also create all that your customer, you can create the supplier, you can create that unit and category from to this area. Right now I want to add one of the product as a Wi-Fi router. Now click as a add product. Now you can see it's display as a product inserted successful. So right now our last product is visible in first position as a Wi-Fi router. From here, if you want to edit it, click as edit. Now you can see all that our name as a supply name is selected, unit name is selected, smartphone is selected. So from here you can actually do this work. Okay, now that is one of the inventory management system, right? So into the inventory management system, I have already created one of the product, our product name as a Wi-Fi router. Now I want to purchase it. That means I want to purchase that Wi-Fi router in my inventory management system. If you go to our all purchase, so that is our all purchase list. Here I also added some of the functionality, like when you approve any purchases, then you are not able to delete it. You can see that is the one of the purchase, and this purchase is right now as a pending. For the reasons right now you are able to delete it, but when you make it as a approve from to the approval purchase, then you are not able to delete it. You can see our delete button is not working. Okay, so how can do this type of one of the functionality? I will also show you with the live example. Now if you go to our add purchase, like I want to add purchase this product in my inventory. First of all, here we have to select the date. Rather than if you don't select any date, click as a purchase store, it will be give you some of the notification message as a sorry, you did not select any item. Okay, here you have to select one of the item. Like I select the date as a today's date, and I put on the purchase number as a EA. Okay, I make it as a EA 5265. So this type of one of the purchase number I added in here. Now we have to select the supplier. So I have already created one of the product, and that is will be very interactive. Right now our category, you can see it's not display any category, it's not display any product. Here I have actually added this type of one of the functionality. When you select any supplier, automatically this supplier related category will be loaded. When you select that category related product will be loaded. Like I show you, when you select as a Bosundhara, you can see Bosundhara related category is now successfully loaded. And when you select it as a category related product will be loaded. You can see all that product is now successfully loaded. And now I have select one of the product. I have select the product, maybe the Walton. For the Walton, there is the smartphone, and when you select that smartphone category, into the smartphone category, here I have created, you can see our smartphone related all that product is now loaded. So in our smartphone category, I have selected one of the product as a Wi-Fi router. So now I simply select that Wi-Fi router, and now from here, if you want to add that multiple one, you can see now it successfully displays a category, it successfully displays the product name and piece I want to purchase as a 5 piece, and it's also very calculative. Like there is a 5 piece unit price, I make it as a 500, and you can see it's automatically updated the price. I make some of the note as a new product. Okay, for education purpose I'm using that description. So here if you want to add that multiple one, you can add that multiple product at a time, you can delete it, also from to this position. Like if you want to add another one in our smartphone, I want to check that our one of the Redmi 10s, here I want to also add it. You can see there is a smartphone Redmi Note is also visible. I use it as a 3-piece. Right now there is a 3-piece. If you want to add that another calculation data, I can make it as a unit price as a 200. Automatically our price is updated, and also automatically it's updated our total grant amount. Okay, so how can add this type of one of the functionality, how can add that multiple product at a time? I will also discuss about everything one by one with live example. For education purpose, I want to purchase one product only. As a Wi-Fi router, I take it as a 5-piece. So now in my inventory, our 5-piece is available, right? Our total price is here. Now I want to purchase store. Now you can see it's now display as a data saved successfully. And when you save this successfully, you can see there is a product name as a Wi-Fi router by default that is now pending. So when it will be as a pending, as I told you, you are able to delete it. Now when you approve it, like if you want to approve it, if you have to go to that approval purchase, and from to the approval purchase, you can see that the last product is visible in our first area, that is a pending. So now I want to approve it. Now when you click as a yes, approve, then that will be gone from here. It will be returned direct to all purchase, and now you can see our this Wi-Fi router is approved, and now our delete button is gone. Now you are not able to delete it because that is actually connected with lots of multiple account system. So here, for the reasons, I simply add this type of one of the condition. When that will be approved, your delete button will be not displayed. Okay, so here I simply purchase this product, and there is also the daily purchase report. If you want to get the daily purchase report, like from a next month to today's date, I want to get search all that report, and you can see it successfully displays a daily purchase report. I selected that date, started date and end date, and all that our purchases history. Okay, all that our purchases history is visible, and also you can see I have selected that date, that is a 2, 5 and 22 Wi-Fi router. I take it as a 5-piece and total as a 500. Right, and also our total price as a 25, and our unit price I set up as a 500, and you can see it's also display our grand total. From here, if you want to print it, you are also successfully printed from to this position. Okay, which is totally fine. And now I have already purchased that product. That means our Wi-Fi router product I have purchased in my inventory. Right, now I want to create one of the invoice for the customer. So if you want to invoice the customer, simply go to our all invoice. You can see that is our all invoice already. That is some of the invoice number, that is invoice number, date, description, everything is visible. Right, so now if you want to add one of the invoice, like one of the customer comes my inventory, now I want to sell it. Now if you go to our add invoice, and you can see automatically now they're generated one of the invoice number. And when you select the date, like here I select the date as a today's date. Okay, I select it as a today's date, and then I select the category. So here when you select any category, automatically that will be loaded. Like I select the category as a smartphone related, all that product is visible. So now I want to sell our Wi-Fi router, and you can see when you select that Wi-Fi router, automatically in my inventory they have the 5-piece. So I have already purchased this Wi-Fi router in my inventory as a 5-piece. It's now successfully visible, that inventory. Okay, and now I want to create another invoice. So here you can add that multiple one, you can add that multiple product at a time. And now for education purpose, I want to use it only one, that is a Wi-Fi router. I want to make it as a 6-piece. That means customer want to buy 6-piece, and also I use that unit price as a 500. Okay, or you can also use it as a 400, because that will be your for the customer. For the customer, you can sell it unit price as a 600. So now that will be your total price. So now from here, if you want to add some of the discount, you can see there is a total amount. I want to add some of the discount as a like 600. So now you can see automatically that is updated as a 3000. Now I want to put some of the description as a this product. I simply add some of the description, and from here there is also another functionality. Like right now I want to create that invoice, right? Our total due, I have already added some of the discount as a 600 for the reasons our grand total as a 3000. So for the 3000, if you want to add some of the payment, you can add that multiple payment, you can make it as a full payment, you can make it as a full due, you can also make it as a partial paid. When you click as a partial paid, now you can see there is another menu will be visible. Like there is a customer want to add the partial pays paid as a $1,000. So I simply added that $1,000, and now our rest of this total amount as a 3000, that means 2000 is our due, right? So right now from here you can select your customer rather than if you make it as a new customer, and from to this position you are able to also create one of the new customer. Okay, so here also you are able to create it. So right now for education purpose I use it as a Aryan, and for the Aryan, that is our Wi-Fi product, I make it as a 600, and there is a 6 piece I ordered. In my inventory they have the 5 piece. So now that should be displayed on the arrow, right? So here we'll actually manage this arrow from our approval invoice. I show you, like first of all from to this position I want to sell it, I make it as a invoice store. Now you can see invoice data inserted successful. So now that is actually our invoice number. So now that is invoice number as a 7. So now here I want to make it as approve. You can say by default that is pending. From here if you want to delete it, you can delete it. Right now I want to make it as a approve, and when you go to that our approve page, you can see there is invoice approve. So into the invoice area, that should be some of the issues. Like in our current stock right now I have that 5 piece, but quantity customer order as a 6 piece. Right now you can see it's now displayed as a discount amount, paid amount I make it as a 1000, our due amount you can see there is a 2000, and our grand total as a 3000. That means all that calculation is now perfectly working. So right now customer not able to purchase this because of all in my stock they have the 5 product, but customer ordered as a 6. Now if you make it as invoice approve, now that should be displayed on of the error message as a sorry you approach maximum value. So here if you want to update that stock, we have to simply go to again our purchase. I want to add one of the new purchase for Wi-Fi. I make it as add purchase. I select that date. Okay, I select the today's date, and also I make it as a EA. Okay, you make it as EA, some of the invoice number, and then I select that product that is in our Alton, and then if you select it as a smartphone, and then that is our Wi-Fi. So for the Wi-Fi now I want to also store it again as a 10 piece. Okay, before that was as a 5, right now I purchase as a 10 piece. Unit price I make it as a 500. Description, if you want to use some of the description, you can add that description, and also as I told you, you can actually add that multiple one at a time. So now it's totally fine. I want to store our Wi-Fi. Now I want to make it as a purchase store. So purchase, there is a data saved successfully, right? And you can see that is also again as a pending. I want to make it as a approve. Go to that approve, and from here I want to approve it. Yes, approve our Wi-Fi router. Now that should be updated. Before I take it as a 5 quantity, now I take as another 10 quantity. Now if you go to our invoice, in our invoice approve, and now that is our 7 invoice. I want to check it. Okay, I want to check it. Now you can see now our stock is successfully updated as a 15 piece. So from to the 15 piece customer want to buy as a 6 piece, right? So now that is our all the details. I want to make it as an invoice approve. Yes, now you can see that is successfully working as an invoice approve successful. I hope friend you get some of the idea how much risk course will be that, and also from here you can print your invoice. So that is your all that invoice. If you want to print it, then you can see it successfully print all the data, paid amount, due amount, grand total, every data you can actually print it from to this area. Okay, and also if you go to that back, in our back page, if you go to our add invoice, you can from to this area you can add that invoice. If you want to get that our daily report, you can also get the daily report, like from our previous month to our this month. I want to search all the data, and you can see there is a daily invoice report, date to date. You will be able to get all that information. Okay, so how can do this work, I will show you. And also there is a manage stock, and into this manage stock area, if you go to your stock report, now that should be very interactive. Like here I have already created one of the product as a Wi-Fi. Like if you go to that search with the Wi-Fi, you can see there is a Wi-Fi router, and into the Wi-Fi router all that our history. First in our in stock that was as a 15 piece, customer ordered as a 6 piece, right? So for the reasons you can see it's now display as a out stock, that is out quantity as a 6. Now our main stock as a 9 piece, that means 9 piece right now in our inventory. How can manage that stock, I will also show you with the live example. And most interactive part, if you go to our supplier report, okay, there is a supplier, there is a two functionality. One is the supplier wise report, another is the product wise report. So if you select it as a supplier wise report, all that your supplier will be loaded. If you select it as a product wise report, then you can see our category and product is now loaded. So here if you select any supplier, if you select as a Walton, if you search it, all that our supplier wise report will be visible. You can see there is all the supplier wise product, stock, everything is visible. So from here you can print it, which is totally fine. If you want to get that product wise report, like here I make it as a smartphone and I make a Wi-Fi report. Now click as a search, and now you can see it's now successfully display our stock. Right now, as I told you before, in our inventory Wi-Fi that have the 9 piece and 9 piece is visible. Okay friends, so as I told you, that will be very interactive one of the project. And customer wise report, you can also get that our paid wise report, how many due you have, you can actually get that all that details. Like I make it as a credit report. I want to make it for the Aryan. Now click as a search. Now you can see it successfully get there our every report. Now that is our Aryan. So for the Aryan, they have the due as a 2000, right? You can see it's now successfully display. And also if you want to get that order history, there is also another option I have created as a credit customer. Like that is our credit customer page. So from to the credit customer, like that is our Aryan data, right? Aryan invoice as a 7 data. So before I purchase that Wi-Fi, if you now want to update it, like I click as a edit, now you can see invoice number as a 7. So now our current stock for the Wi-Fi router as a 9 piece, quantity customer order as a 6 piece, and there is a discount amount. I have added some of the discount amount as a 600. Our paid amount I have added that 1000, and due amount right now as a 2000. So now customer want to add another partial payment. You can see there is a full paid. You can make it as a full paid, either then you can make it as a partial paid. So now I want to add another partial paid as a 1500. Now that should be also updated. Okay, better I make it as a only 500. I make it as a 500 per amount. I want to again pay for a specific this product. So that is from to the due amount, it will be automatically minus our 500. I show you, and also I use that our date as a today's date. Now I make it as an invoice update. Now you can see it's now successfully display as an invoice updated successful. And now if you want to get the total history, that means if you now go to that view, and from to the view it will be give you all that history. First time I paid as a 1000, and then today's date I have paid as a $500. Every report, every paid summary, everything will be comes up. Okay, and from here if you want to print it, you are able to print it. So friend, as I told you, that will be very interactive one of the project, and everything I have covered from to the scratch. I hope you like it very much. By completing this course, you are able to build confidence how to build some of the software with using that Laravel. So friend, I hope that is something you are interested in. If you are, then go ahead and enroll this course, and I will see you inside the course.